Oh, hello everybody. Welcome back to Quest Junkies. It is Monday night, my dudes. And not just any Monday night. We are celebrating the 2-year anniversary special of the Rhódania Chronicles right here on Quest Junkies with the Wyld Ones. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Now, unfortunately, our dear Pat is not with us tonight as they had other commitments that they couldn't get out of, but we send them all their love in the world to our dear Pat. But we offer you a compromise. We thought, since, it would be such a terrific loss to not have Pat this week, we put in a call and we managed to convince Lady Macbeth to come out of retirement. As we welcome back Mai to Quest Junkies after, 6 months? Far too long.
I haven't played since February. On Rhódania. So, yeah.
And we are so thrilled that you are back. So excited. So, yes. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you to our wonderful stream team friends at Roll Together for that raid. Hope you had an amazing stream, and hope you stick around because we have a fun thing planned for tonight. But enough about all that. Let's meet you guys. So, my dear friends, if you'd be so kind, tell us who you are and who you will be playing. Unless your name is Mai, then just tell us who you are. Because I like to be cryptic. Let's start off with Aylin. Let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Aylin, and I'm playing the biblically accurate twink Aegis.
Thank you so much. And yes, the splash screens do work. Continuing on, we have Artie.
Hi, I'm Artie the Halfling, and I'll be playing Mr. Timey, the Order Cleric with a Clockwork Soul.
Also. Do you think soul's his favourite kind of music? I hope so.
Oh, jazz.
I'm liking it more and more. Thank you so much. Bridget!
Hi guys, I'm Bridget. I'm so happy to be saying this. I'm so happy I get to come back as Frank, the Sorcelak Shattered guy. Edged out, mommy. No, that sounds okay. Wow.
Welcome back, Bridget. It was.
I was trying to. It's like I thought of 3 nicknames that Frank has had, and I said them all at once.
That's
what it is.
Just mommy.
Is it Monklock?
Welcome back, bye. Monklock.
Monklock,
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, amazing.
Mommy Monklock.
Thank you so much. Mommy Monklock.
Sounds like
There we go.
Mock.
Little bit. Let's hope you don't go the same way. And last but certainly not least, by any measure at all, Mai.
Hi, I'm Mai. So great to be back. And I am playing TBC. I'm not saying.
Interesting.
I don't even know yet.
Who knows? Oh wait, I do because
But I
I'm
was playing
Patch.
Rhódania up until recently.
you was, yes. We miss them daily. And I'm Patch, your ever humble dungeon master. I play everybody else. Now, with all that being said, first of all, happy 2 years, my dear friends. Love you all very much. Everyone take a round of inspiration to celebrate.
I knew it.
I can't not, come on, it's an anniversary. Now, with all the pleasantries out of the way, let's pick things back up. Where were we last we left off? The Wyld Ones embarked on a new mission. Rhódania and its sister continent Demethrin had been subjugated to the Shadowfell as part of the Great Reconvergence. The Wyld Ones had taken heavy losses, made new friends, and vowed to solve this once and for all. Put an end to the schemes of Frike's father and the man beyond the curtain. Or as Frike would say, the artist formerly known as Relevant. A plan was hatched to utilize the potential of something known as the Branches of Palor, an ancient system of teleportation circles built of stone, ancient stone, divine magic from ages long past, to try and find a way to gain more allies, potentially reverse the convergence, bring Rhódania back to the material plane, regain lost allies, and win this fight once and for all. And they had made progress. They found the nearest branch of Palor in Zundanark and began investigating it. While they were accosted by creatures of shadow in the distance. As they prepared to batten down the hatches, mount a defense, so that they could get away in time, with the plan of going to Demethrin to investigate the rot further, this disease made manifest into corruption of life, death, everything and anything. Something that nearly sunk the entire continent of Demethrin a few months ago. Something Aegis witnessed firsthand. If there was anything to be learned about this rot that now seems to take hold of everything, everywhere, the answers must lie there. And after a tense few minutes, as it ended up being, a few rounds of initiative, the portal was successfully opened, activated for the first time in... not actually that long for that one, because someone fucked around and found out a little while back. But generally, for the first time in a long time. And the Wyld Ones were pushed through the portal as the doors burst open and strange vine-like tendrils seemed to pour through with a life of their own. Perhaps a new form of the rot. Still to be determined. As we rejoin the scene, as the Wyld Ones clatter through the portal onto the hard stone floor of wherever it is that they've landed, and they look back at the portal and see these grasping vines clawing their way through the portal, holding it open as it's trying to close behind them. Some tendrils reaching up towards you, wrapping around your legs, your arms, trying to grapple you. And that's when you notice something. And a shape is coming through in the midst of all these vine-like things. Now, I could describe it to you, but I think I'm going to ask Mai to tell us what we see being pulled through the portal towards them.
Well, through the vines and thorns, as it comes through the portal, you see a mound of lush and
rotting plant life wrapped around something. Between the vines and flowers that emerge amongst the kind of plant life, you see tufts of fur, you see mud, matted hair, crushed flowers, bits of blood, soil. And as the thorns and the vines unfurl, more flowers start to bloom as you see a long-haired, matted, tri-colored, cat-like creature emerge from the plant life. Bits of fabric and material are hanging from them, along with more vines. As they stepped down the vines almost like a staircase. I'm just going to put this on because this is what emerges from their head as they come out of the plants.
And as you see this unfurling before you, the portal behind finally closes. Bits of vine and plant life, thorns, cut off by the portal closing, lay to rest on the floor. As this figure is revealed before you.
You lot of fun to try and catch up with. Well, and you're going to speak for yourselves.
Who are you?
Oh, though that answers my question.
My name is Elisich. I suppose you are the Wyld Ones? I heard a voice in my head calling for me. Or at least calling for help anyway.
Yes.
Where's the small one?
Lost. Mary Convergent.
How long ago? I heard their voice recently in my head, calling for help.
I think
right around the time.
I think Frike in this moment, you think about the words that they said. The small one.
Well, they were lost right around the time the world broke in half. A few of us, anyway.
Did you keep the body? Or did you discard it as soon as it perished?
Depends on which of us you're referring to. There was myself, points at Connell, Reese, Rhódania, Brim, Wes, and points at Aegis and Mr. Timing. We now have new additions to our family. Mr. Timing, Aegis.
He just waves.
Growing tiresome. I had to travel quite far to get here, and you're just pissing around. I'm looking for the bird. Where is he?
We left his
Who
body
did?
in Rhódania.
And I know Xanarkand is not the right name.
I'm gonna have to do a Final Fantasy one-shot in Zanakan now, aren't I?
I know I have it written down. Please remind me what the name is.
Zundanag.
Zindanarg. Thank you.
Back in Zindanar. It is currently under stasis.
How long have they been under stasis for?
DM confirmation of a day.
About a day.
About a day.
Well, we still have time then. As they say that, they turn around examining the now I'm assuming inactive branch. Puts their paws on their waist and just starts playing around with a loose piece of fabric around their wrist. Shaking their head, just like... Fine. I suppose you will be needing my help. Remind me of your names again?
Frank. Mr. Timing. Connell over there.
Yes, I suppose you all will do then. All right.
You can see that Connell is looking at this new person with a very confused look, but also keeps looking over at Frike. And I think there's a similar look, but not confusion. It's more of a look of being upset, looking at Frike, and just sort of quietly looking between them. Still sort of on the floor, he's not raising himself up yet. He appears physically fine, but he looks like he's processing a lot of information right now.
Clenching her jaw a little bit, but... How do you spell Elisech?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose I haven't really had... I suppose one would spell it... E-A-L-A... S-A-I-D. Yes, I suppose that's how you would spell it, if one needed to write.
Well,
Also for clarification, is this feline figure a Felice-sized feline figure or a Tabaxi-sized feline figure? Is he just looking up or down?
This is indeed a Felice-sized figure, but for description's sake, tri-colored, white, black, ginger, lots of mud, matted, and rather long hair, almost Maine Coon-esque.
Can I pose another question? Similar to this?
Somewhat, but a lot of the white is caked in mud.
Okay.
You'll also notice a lot of bald patches, a bald patch on the back of their neck in particular, and scars up along their arms and legs.
What do you know of the rot that has infested Demethrin once and appears to be at play once again in Rhódania?
Patch? I think I know what the answer would be, but I'd like to hear it from you.
I think you've not encountered a great deal of it. Up until maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. It's your first real experience of dealing with it. Nasty stuff. Definitely wouldn't want to have prolonged contact with it, you surmise.
I'll be honest with you, I try to keep out of its way. I've not personally encountered, but I mean, you wouldn't want to touch tar, would you? So I've just seen Pat in the chat.
All in good time, my friend.
No.
All in good time.
It would be most unwise. What was it that you were seeking with us?
Well, I heard a voice in my head calling for help, to be something about the Wyld Ones, to be together. And to be honest, hearing a call for help is something that I don't tend to ignore, not where I come from. If one needs help, you need to help them back. It's the way. So I followed the voice. I just missed you as you were going through the portal, so I had to try and stop it, but I tried the best I could. And so we are here.
Which, on that point, I don't think you'd know where here is as you look around. It's definitely not anywhere you've been before. Somewhere new. The air's different. It's curious.
Certainly not to my liking, anyway. Too dense. I prefer fresh air for once. Feels too thick in here. Where are we? What is this place I followed you to?
She might start to answer, but then look to Aegis.
Should be the map.
Does this look familiar to Aegis?
Go ahead and give me a quick history check. I'll say the DC is pretty low because of, it's only been a few months, realistically, since you were in Demethrin.
Oh, no.
Oh? Oh, no?
Oh, I'm sorry. Aegis is real stupid.
Oh no.
It's a 4.
Oh, himbo!
It's a
is.
4.
It's been a day.
Good start.
Okay, I think even with a 4, I would say that you don't know for sure because all you can see is an empty stone room. And you think back, and when you arrived at Darren Keep all those months ago, and you were taken through the branch of Paylor to Cathramand, the capital city of Demethrin, it might have been this room at Darren Keep, or was it Cathramand? Maybe.
There was a lot of fighting between party members initially, so it was very distracting.
True.
Okay.
Does it sound like there's people here? Like there's activity?
You don't hear anything from outside the room.
Well, it's just a room. We should probably explore outwards.
Why
Our
is
hope
it
is
you
to-
were... Sorry.
Aegis was just going to say our hope was to learn more about the rot here, since it seemed to originate here.
Why is it that you seek Brim Smallboy? Other than the call for distress, do you know him?
Can I roll a history check?
By all means.
Okay. That'll be a 14.
A 14. I'll say above table. You know of Brim. Between you and I, you already know the answer to that.
I will say this again. You hear distress where I'm from. You have to help people of the forest. And this small boy, as you so lovingly call him, or as he referred to himself, we have people like him where I am from. And when you're a guardian of the forest, you must protect the people of the forest, no matter how far away they are.
Can I insight check?
Same.
I was waiting for it. What are you... let me ask you first. What are you inciting? What are you attempting to glean here?
So this is a newcomer. Mr. Timey has not seen before and has a very vested interest in Brim Smallboy and is saying that they're here to help. And it's kind of impeaching on his MO. So just trying to get the
senses
level.
a tingling.
Okay. Frike, you are also inciting? What are you inciting specifically?
I might need to change my answer slightly, which sucks because I don't have a modifier in history, but given what we learned about Rhódania's origin and like how she discovered more about who she was and how she shared that information with us, the way that Elisech is talking, does any of that sound familiar? Like something that Rhódania might have discovered that rings true? Like maybe they're from potentially the same place?
Okay. I'm going to say no roll for that question because I can answer that question directly.
Okay.
The insight check. Go ahead and roll insight. And in response, you can roll either deception or persuasion. Your choice. You don't tell us which, because that'll give it away.
Moi? Deception or persuasion, did you say?
Deception or persuasion. Your choice. Don't tell us which.
Well,
Just
I know
roll.
which one I'm going to do. Nope. That'll be a 19. I get advantage, so.
Mr. Simon.
23. I forgot he had a +8.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so resolving these in order. Frike first, because that's the easiest one. No. This does not ring true to any of the stories Rhódania had told you in the past, and the information that had been gleaned in your time together. No. You would expect there to be at least some seemingly glaring connection. But this is very different. Now, for the insight check, please repeat the question so we can give accurate information.
So, new person's come along, very vested interest in Brim Smallboy, says that they're here to help. Are they here to help? Are they from the same place as Brim? Like, what's the level?
So, I would say, Mai, please answer honestly. Are you here to help?
Yes. Very much so.
I'd like to take this moment just to ask everyone, apart from Mai, what's going through your mind right now?
Well, the player or the characters?
Characters.
It's almost hard to look directly at them because of the similarities. But she knows she plans to keep her allies close. And since they don't have the luxury of time on their hands, she's affording Elisach the benefit of the doubt for the time being.
Is it a little bit like trying to look at the statue in Zundanag?
Yes.
Guilt trip in Mai right now.
Love you.
Aegis, what about you?
Aegis absolutely trusts that she's here to help. He appreciates how absolutely direct she is, and he's happy to take orders from her. Yeah, he's not sus at all. He is kind of thinking, I wonder if she knows Burry. Wait, I shouldn't ask that, because that's probably rude.
Oh my goodness.
I love that.
Mr. Timey.
A little bit foggy at the minute, brain-wise, or mind-wise.
Or camera-wise, with the focus.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Don't draw attention to it, it'll go away. And yeah, just sort of very much trying to figure out if there is a greater danger to the party by letting this person sort of amalgamate in, but at the same time knows that it's not his decision, and that he is very much there to help Frike Connell. So it's kind of staying quiet for the moment, but also sort of like trying to run a diagnostic on his own feelings and thoughts on the situation.
Interesting. I think Connell stays quiet.
Oh.
Still looks a little confused, wary. Still looking back between everyone. And at this point, he'll start to get up and brush himself off. Put his weapons away. good to meet you. I'm Carl McGinnisy. We're Stalagmite. We all okay?
Nice to meet you. Nice for you to speak up at last. But I suppose... Well, I quite like quiet ones after all. Less waffling.
You're not gonna get on well in this group then. We're all good, yeah?
Are you all right?
Yeah? It looks over at Frike. We need to have a conversation later. So I saw some stuff back there, and right now is not the time.
I know.
All right. And he looks over to Aegis. So you've been here before, Demethrin, right?
Yes.
You.
Only once, though, so...
That's once more than me. So, you lead, we'll follow. Watch your back.
Appreciated, thank you.
Before we all go, Elisech is just going to very quickly skitter in front of Aegis and just grab their hand, look up at them, and without saying anything, will cast guidance. Just with, yeah.
Does it feel like a divine sort of guidance or some other sort of magic?
No, there is no divinity here. This is.
No.
In fact, roll
I would say
me-
for flavor, when it is being cast, it's like little vines kind of going around your hand. That's what I would probably say. That's like magical looking, spirity vines things going around your hand. That's what I would say. But
So with that in mind, I would say no need for a roll, but that gives off the vibes of primordial magic. Magic of the earth.
He just does a little blush and
Thank you.
and goes to open the door.
Okay. You go, you turn the handle, the door squeaks very loud as it opens, as
There's visible cringe.
as you look out of the doorway into an open valley. In your immediate surroundings, you now see what Aegis you would recognize as what was once Darren Keep, the place where you first arrived in Demethrin some time ago.
Oh, fuck.
It looks like it's not done so good as of late. The keep around you is mostly in ruin, and there is no sign of life. The ground is barren and coarse. It almost reminds you of when you walked through the mountain range in what was once northern Demethrin before it sank into the ocean. That barren landscape which eventually was taken by rot during your travels. It looks like from your perspective, having this knowledge from before, that the convergence must have hit Demethrin pretty hard.
since everybody's kind of following behind, they get this pretty big burst of just light from the back of his skull as he just kind of stumbles. Also, he would have sworn in Undercommon, but he speaks it.
Is that just his first canonical swear?
Yes, he just did a
Shit.
swear.
Oh no!
Shit, cunt.
I'd love to know what that is in Undercommon.
Yeah.
Personal reasons.
For the rest of you, as you look out, you see this barren wasteland. It's like an open valley. For anyone who's watched Lord of the Rings, the movies, specifically, imagine Rohan without any of the fauna or the flora. Just like a big open valley, no grass, no trees, no...
Elisage is visually disturbed and it feels like insulted by this. They are going to make an attempt a la Fern Gully, take a seed from God knows where, and try and like cast Druidcraft and try and like plant and maybe like try and grow a seedling and for vines and whatnot, just to try and make an attempt to see A, if life can actually grow here, and B, just to try and make life grow here. Either way.
Go ahead and make me a fate roll. DC...
D100.
Yeah, DC 70. As you attempt to reach deeper into your abilities.
Okay, so I'm trying to decide what my 10 should be. I've got my percentile. Which 10 should I use as a... I will use this one. 70, you said?
70.
47.
47. You feel the
Not
magic
being used.
take root, literally, in the ground below where your pole rests. And it begins to spread, and after moments it withers. Goes dry, and just blows away in the breeze like ash. This ground is not just devoid of life, but it has been... It's almost like if the ground were a living thing, it would be cursed.
Like
It has been not just desecrated. It is like the ground has been
It's barren.
forbidden to hold life.
Why have you come to this place? This is wrong.
It wasn't like this before. And Aegis is like tearing up.
Frike is also tearing up, but it's because she was watching her use magic and the familiar druidic magic and the land that she feels partially responsible for.
I would add, it's like looking at home. To say that Rhódania and Demethrin were plunged into the Shadowfell, this feels like the Shadowfell.
And watching Elisech in that moment, it was like looking through glass at a memory of Rhódania. We're here to try and fix it. Put a stop to it and heal this land.
We will.
May I ask, why did you come here?
I told you.
This is wrong.
I think Connell will speak up and say, softly, we came to maybe learn about the rot. Because we're dealing with it, and it was here before. You just dealt with it some time ago. Figure if there's any answers about it, maybe here.
What caused the rot in the first place?
And at that moment, Connell gives Frike a look. A look that pierces you, Frike. And he says nothing.
The actions of a desperate fool, clinging
Necromancer.
with every scrap of his being to the last vestiges of his power, a power that never belonged to him.
Does this desperate soul have a name?
Katara. And she might hear that name spat with venom in her voice.
Would I have recognized that name? Hatch.
Go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay. That's 13. I'm not rolling really well tonight. I might change my
13.
dice.
New character, who dis?
I know, I'm using my old dice. Habit.
With the 13, I'll say the name's familiar. I think in this moment, because of how you're responding to what you see around you, you can't quite concentrate enough to fully think back.
I like to think that because everything's in rot and there's no breath of nature anywhere, it's like hearing nails on a chalkboard. It feels like that.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, I think for you, you have been places where everything has felt off, everything has felt wrong. You've never felt like this before, just being somewhere. The fact that you feel like this, you automatically know that before all this happened, this place was bustling with life, with greenery, with the earth. Primordial magic here was strong. Not too long ago. So whatever did this must have been something earth-shattering. But you already know what did this. Because it's shattered everything. As of late.
I'm so tempted to see if you'll let me do this.
You can always DM me if it's not something you want to say above table.
I might say it above table because I want to cast it.
Okay.
I think hearing all this, hearing about this desperate soul, this dark and dank place that Elisach has just come across, they are going to cast. Well, first of all, if you allow me for flavor, because they're going to trace a ring around them, in which I'm guessing is sand and dust, and cast divination. Do you want me to send you what the spell is?
I will look it up. I have it somewhere. Okay, describe what this looks like as you cast divination.
Okay, so as I said, they trace a circle around themselves, and as they trace what would usually come up as little seedlings and sprouts around in the circle that they're making, all depending on what kind of environment they're in. So it could be mushrooms at one point, it could be sprouts. In this case, every time they try, the seedlings sprout and then crumble into dust, but this doesn't make the spell stop anymore. An emanation of black vines start twisting around her ankles. Her eyes roll back as she starts muttering in Druidic and casting divination. The goal of it is basically to find out exactly the events that have happened within this last 7 days. I don't know is this in the future or in the past I can do for divination? Because if it's in the future, then I'd like to...
So reading the rules as written, it says you ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
Okay.
So
I suppose my question...
You tell me what the question is and what you're intending to find the answer to here. And we'll go from there. Because if it's not quite rules as written, we can rule of cool it. Because this is the first time divination has been cast on QuestJunkies, so I want to give it its time.
Okay. I suppose the question would be, as she mutters in Druidic, her eyes are rolling back, she asks, will life come back to this place in the next 7 days? How can we, how can we bring life back? Will it come back in 7 days?
What a question.
It doesn't have to be answered now.
Oh, no.
It can be something that can be...
You'll get an answer.
I'm scared.
As you reach out, attempting to gain insight from the entity that bestowed their blessing upon you, seeking answers for the path that lies ahead, Will life return to this place within the next 7 days? I think for you, from your perspective, you blink and you are vanished from this space.
Like a Neo thing. I don't know, I'm just being stupid.
For the rest of the group, she remains exactly as she was, undertaking this ritual. But from your perspective, you stand in an endless forest that stretches far beyond every horizon that you see, forward, back, side to side. Off to the side, you see a small pond. River trickling down a small hill to the pond. And as you walk over towards it, you see that there's dripping water. It's dripping up and falling back down. It's one drip, just up, down, up, down. And you look into the water and you see your reflection, you see your face. And with each drop of water, the reflection gets more blurry and begins to look like someone else. A face only you've seen. And you see them look back at you, and while you don't hear them speak, while you don't see them speak, it's like thoughts are being put into your mind as you are given the following information. Whether life returns to this place within 7 days, or ever, is yet to be determined. Choices must be made. Sacrifices. Victories. Some of those choices will be yours. Some you have already made. But they are also ones that can be unmade. Life eventually turns to death. Death brings new life. Trust in the earth, and it will always hold you up. And the vision begins to fade. Your surroundings begin to fade away, and you blink, and you're back in the space amongst your new companions.
Okay. I will be keeping that to myself.
Okay. Hello, Raiders. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you had a good stream. I'll give you a shout out. We are celebrating our 2-year anniversary of this campaign. Always a pleasure to see you, dear friends. So, what would you like to do, friends?
Would Mr. Timey be able to ascertain what spell was just cast?
Give me Arcana.
Flat roll. 10.
10. You're still recalibrating, I think. It's one you recognize for sure, but you just can't quite access that part of your memory
You
banks
are
right now.
recalibrating.
Oh
oh,
no.
Can you
Perfect
do the thing where you like do that and then whatever it is?
well, this.
Sometimes,
Oh yeah, you do that, don't you? You do the
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that's always the quickest way to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Very true. So you recognize it,
TV ring light.
but
I might have a dumb idea.
hey,
Dumb ideas.
we love dumb ideas. This is the channel for dumb
Uh,
ideas.
And this isn't any kind of tangible, like power. At this point, she's going to be grasping at proverbial straws, but she will look at Aegis and
Who's having a panic attack.
oh,
He's literally
Buggy.
just been this whole time just like pacing with his halo going off like a strobe light.
Disco. Twink.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Disco Twink.
Sorry.
You could jam out to Sandstorm right now.
oh no.
Oh dear.
Then the answer changes slightly because she'll just approach Aegis and I wish that I had an answer right now for the pain that he's caused, but it's why we're here. It's why we need to find answers, but please know how sorry I am.
If it's desecrated like this, or there's sacrifices for nothing,
Is there has to be a way we can fix it.
this isn't death. This is the absence of life. Nothing new can grow.
And I think on that thought, Aegis, I think you linger on that exact thought. This is not death. This is absence of life. As those words leave your mouth, I think you come to a realization that the change you noticed in your connection to your divinity it doesn't feel like death as you know it. It feels like absence of life. I wouldn't say it shakes your faith, but as a lifelong servant to death, my question to you is, putting it in those words, do Do you think that gives you more concern or more resolve to see this done?
Something that he would say probably in Undercommon as his mother tongue. If you are not death, I will not serve.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Good to know.
Because his loyalty is not to a deity, it is to a domain. He serves the balance. And if this deity that claims to be upholding that is not that, he will not serve.
I think to put it in words that are easier understood, there is a line that should never be crossed when it comes to life and death. Everything around you is evidence that someone, and you know who, has very much crossed that line.
Yep.
With the convergence.
The flickering has stopped, and it's just this really bold, like, radiance behind. Almost makes him difficult to look at.
The light's persistent, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
LSH
like
may
all
not
the
be
time,
looking...
it's
Yeah.
more so that it's based on his emotional state, and because he's feeling something so strongly, that's what that light comes from.
Okay. Elisich isn't necessarily looking directly at the light, but again, grabs your hand and casts guidance again, regardless if you have, like, if you haven't used it or not, just in a hopes to try and calm you in some way. But instead of vines coming out whilst casting guidance, flowers start to bloom up your arm. And her tail wraps around your leg. This big bushy tail. Just in hopes to ease you in some way.
Like, his hand is shaking, but he just kind of holds on. Apologies for being...
No apologies
Thank you for
needed.
discomfort.
I may not know you, but as I've said, any creatures in distress need to be cared for, no matter how wrong they look.
A reminder that there is still
Sacrifices have been made. Sacrifices will be made. But just know this. Everything is reversible.
the balance must be restored.
Of course. And would I know that Aegis is a servant of, like, is a part of that type of domain? Would it be blatantly obvious with my...
I would say it would
Eyes.
involve... I would say it would involve a religion check.
Okay. I'm going to use this dice. Can I use my inspiration?
Absolutely.
I know I said it after the fact.
No, that's fine. Absolutely.
Cool. That'll be a 19.
19. I would say yes.
Okay.
You'd see recognizable elements of their attire, their just general presence. This is a servant of the domain of death.
As a servant of death, and as a servant of life, I understand that there must be a balance. We may have walked different paths, and I know there is balance. But as I said, everything could be reversed. Just a matter of deciding what. I hope that you and I can understand each other.
I hope so.
Good.
Serving death, I have a great appreciation for life.
And if not for death, then life couldn't come. I imagine that during this conversation as well, that Elisich has been holding Aegis's hand, trying to stop the shaking. They're going to let go of their hand now. And just set their gaze on the desolate landscape in front of them.
It's difficult to tell, as it has been lately. Though I think maybe for you, this is the first time you realize you can't tell if it's day or if it's night. Because in this place, the moon hangs ominously in the center of the sky, much larger than it should. The shadow fell, barren, devoid of life. This is commonplace. You have been to many places. Weird, wonderful, fantastical, corrupt, majestic, effervescent places. And there's been an element of curiosity about each one. There is no curiosity here. And yet, there is one that lingers in the back of your mind. The people that you're with. And the one left behind. I think now is a good time to take out a bio break. Looking at the time. So, my dear friends, we are going to take a quick bio break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Do stick around, because we're only halfway. And oh, the things to come in the anniversary special. See you shortly.
Ciao for now.
Oh, hi, QJs. Sorry to interrupt your broadcast. It's me. I've been here the whole time. Oh, wait, no, that's Sam Reich, not me. Just a quick little thing just to say, if you haven't done so already, can I do this yet? Squeeze my finger down here. This little follow and subscribe. Give that a little shot. Because we here at QuestJunkies need your support. And as a special little extra thing, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get one free Prime subscription every single month that you can give to one of your favorite creators. And we here at QuestJunkies would be thrilled if you would consider lending us your Prime subscription. Or just a normal subscription if you fancy that. You will get access to lots of fancy emotes and things like that, and you will be helping QuestJunkies with their content creation, supporting us in our future creative endeavors, which basically accounts to bringing you more memes, you know, that kind that you love, in the form of comedic yet sometimes arousing storytelling. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yes, if you haven't done so already, please do consider giving us a follow and a subscribe. And yes, I will stop interrupting your fantastic QuestJunkies content. What's on at the minute? Oh, this is a good one. It's an oldie but a goodie. Yeah, enjoy. Oh, Bad and the Beautiful, even better. Yeah, go check that out. It's really, really cool. So yeah, until next time, friends.
Tired of eating bland, tasteless food on your epic quests? Looking for something more exciting to fuel your adventures? Look no further than Subway.
Our sandwiches are made with only the freshest ingredients, sourced from all across the continent. Whether you're a warrior, wizard, or rogue, we have a sub that will suit your tastes. Will you go for the barbarian's bold beef, the elven herb roasted turkey, or the dwarven double smoked bacon? Choose from our wide variety of meats, cheeses, and vegetables, all served on freshly baked bread.
But that's not all. At Subway, you can also customize your sub with magical sauces and enchanted toppings. Will you add a dash of Dragonfire hot sauce or a sprinkle of pixie dust parmesan? The possibilities are endless.
Our sandwiches come in 3 sizes: adventurer, hero, and legend.
Need something to quench your thirst after battling trolls and dragons? We also offer our signature drinks, like the Action Surge Grapefruit Ale or the Eldritch Baja Blast Dark Stout.
And for a sweet treat, try our famous 100% original recipe Feywild cookies. But don't take our word for it. Listen to what some of our satisfied customers have to say.
I never thought I'd find a sandwich that could match the thrill of slaying a dragon. Subway did it!
Oh, I used to hate going on quests because of the terrible food, but now I look forward to it. Thanks, Subway.
I never knew that I needed enchanted toppings on my sandwich till I tried Subway. Now my taste buds are having a wild flavor surge.
The dragon hot fire sauce is not for the faint of heart, but it sure comes in handy when you're fighting frost giants.
So why settle for boring, mundane food when you can indulge in the flavors of Subway? Fresh bites for your epic fights. Subway, eat fresh.
I don't know, but people have asked you, like, when you meet your clone, like, would you fuck them or would you fight them?
If you'd like to use a tool to help you, say, separate the rib cage to pull out a heart, that's a different story.
Yes. All right.
Why did I say that so candidly?
The top card is... Ooh. I will just hold it up to the screen for you to see. Oh God, the filter works.
Is that Medusa?
It is a Medusa. Pirate Medusa. First question, the Grand Illuminator. How's he looking after that?
He's fine. Oh.
He didn't take it well.
I know you won't stop us. We're the Wyld Ones. I have a magic drink. I'm gonna drink. Do. Stars and stuff. Hey, I'm gonna pray to the moon for help. Hello, moon. Give us some help.
We've got some vegetable oil in the back, but we try not to use it because it's shit.
No, the shitter the better. I'll have that.
Look, I drew a picture. Do you like it? Oh no, wait! I forgot to put the arms on. There we go. You have arms now.
Should we get the fuck out of here and just leave them to suck each other off?
Did you used to couple?
No, God, no.
The thing with the brother was down the street, not this one.
It wasn't here.
So I thought that it was two completely different things.
I'll say that laughing a little deliriously, Lena will start to go down.
Down the street. Down the street where? I need to question you as a DM. Where down the street?
We would use it. We would use it when we had like religious rites, like funerals. Shit cunt would be a very solemn vow that you would take. So, you know.
That would explain. Sometimes I dream and I hear it.
I don't set out like statues or dicks or something and just like make a circle on the ground and she just comes. But like
Dixon comes.
Sorry.
There it is.
I got the duplicate. Chester didn't care, so I fucked around and found out.
With the duplicate? So you fucked Chester?
No.
Oh my god! Oh my...
No, we strap a seagull on Charlie, and then Charlie is a flying dog.
What?
Come on, you wanted to eat a cat. I can strap a seagull on a robot dog. Why not?
So, the next one shot to unlock, I believe, is a very good one, as Phoenix Iwaki, the man himself, will be... Oh god, the finger in the mouth. Oh no.
Yeah, it's so creepy, but at the same time, it's I don't know how to feel.
Oh,
it's no. Oh, wait, hold on.
Do it in the ear.
Oh, what?
We've arrived home.
Oh
my god.
Oh.
Let me see what's happened.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Guys, if you weren't following the channel or subscribed already, this right here is reason enough to consider it.
Mate, she's hungover as fuck. You've just launched yourself on her and grabbed her paws and then stuck it in her face. Well, how else would she fucking react?
I can afford a dildo, but not a sword, Frike, probably.
Boulder, parchment, tears.
Oh.
You
both pick scissors.
Okay.
How ironic. Bridget's muted, but I can still hear her.
Yeah.
I want Tabrel to clap them ass cheeks.
Okay, naughty list.
Can she ritual cast Speak with Animals?
I'm already doing the same fucking thing, thanks to you.
Yes!
I'm gonna have to... okay.
Yes. Give us the goose. Give us the goose.
All right.
Hashtag give us the goose.
The chalice from the palace, she points towards chalice, has the brew that is true, okay? Just in case I'm occupied, I'll explain later. Just to remember that. Okay. Cool. Sure. René looks very confused.
Celosia Goose has a knife and is kind of rocketing around the room with like the zoomies.
What have you got there? A knife! Hug! Like things where you can buy the merch and stuff, and where you can support our wonderful players, who we'll get to in a little second. And yes, Sarah's already got the thumbs up bubble. I'm sure we're going to see that a lot tonight, since we just discovered it about 2 minutes ago. Oh, wow! Oh, shit. Oh, no. Pi just found wild magic. Happy 1000!
She'll lean in and make out with herself. Just for like a couple seconds to see.
Sounds like a Tuesday to me.
To be fair, I never said that Come join us. We wish to see your man body. I said nothing of the sort.
Your man body. Along with that long flickering tongue as it slowly, sensually crosses his eyeball. A really deep, dark, intrusive thought passes through your brain. And all it says is, what that tongue do? Get them all!
Wow. Way to play up the 90s cartoon villain, Dion. Damn. Pulse.
No, please, do continue.
Pulse, meow.
I even stopped the music so that we could fully immerse ourselves in this ASMR goodness coming from
Oh my god.
Sarah.
Balls. But if that isn't enough,
We'll offer our bodies.
damn it.
If he needs taking in line, we can help you there.
Speaking of fucking your brother, I'll be back.
Excuse me?
Let's go.
Stradalicious, where it's supposed to be a scary campaign, but all my players are thirsty as fuck. Welcome.
And welcome back, dear friends. I didn't put that screen on. Apparently, Frag's on the screen. There we go.
Oh, hi.
That happened on its own, apparently.
Meeting, so it gave me time.
Hello, everybody. We are back from break. Thank you to Hearthfire Tales for that raid there. Let me give you a quick shout out. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Hearthfire Tales. Welcome on in. Happy to see you all here. We are rejoining the Wyld Ones as they have not only journeyed to a new continent, but welcomed a new member to the group. Very interesting character. But let's get back into the session so perhaps we can learn a bit more. So we re-enter the scene exactly where we left off, with you looking out on the desolate landscape of Demethrin ahead of you. Over to you.
Pardon me. Sorry.
Fig
rolls and more.
Something you wanted to try?
Yes. And she might just gesture so that Mr. Timey gathers as well, because she's coming off of being in a place where she felt incredibly desperate herself. So she just tells Aegis, Mr. Timey, and spares a glance at Connell, even if he won't look her way. She'll just hold up her amulet of proof against detection and location, and just say, if I take this off and anything happens to me, or if I don't seem like myself, find a way to subdue me. Whatever it takes. Can you do that?
To the best of my ability.
I think Connell will look at you after hearing that. And he'll just say, do you really think that's a good idea?
I must agree with Mr. McGinnis here. That doesn't seem like a wise decision at all.
This entire time, we've played his game. We've been through so much. All because of him. He doesn't get to dictate the rules anymore. We're the Wyld Ones. We make our own rules. I figure, and she is going to make an attempt to be transparent, he brought our home here. But maybe, just maybe, I might be able to reach a fraction of the power that he sought. Which is why I tried to let it in. And how she held on to the necklace. The implication here being that that's what she means.
Would you be against a little bit of help if you do take it off? Something that perhaps might stop an outside influence?
No, I wouldn't be against that.
Mr. Timey is just going to cast protection from evil and good as a contingency.
Which one are you protecting from?
I mean, it says it's certain types, so it's all-encompassing. So it says aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. So I guess just in an all-encompassing attempt
Sure. What is... Sorry, go ahead.
No, just concluding her little speech with, you take the fight to him. That's it.
What is everyone's passive perception?
14.
23.
19.
23! Fucking sideways.
Connell
Jesus.
has a 20 as well.
Sentry mode.
Funnily enough, all of you hear suddenly the scuttling of stone off to the side. The sound of movement on the coarse earth. And you look over to where it comes from, and with a 23, Mr. Timey, someone's hiding over off to the side. Something small.
SMOL, small?
Depends who you ask.
Immediately going to disguise self. Probably as the butler. And going to turn around to the party and say, I think there's... and just points in the direction.
And at this point, you all look over in that direction, and you see a tuft of hair poking out from behind a rock. Someone clearly attempting to hide, but not doing a very good job at it as they rolled a 4.
Can I just go over and grab the tuft of hair?
You walk over, and you go to grab the tuft of hair, and they look back, and you are immediately staring into the face of a child.
Hello, small one.
Wait, hello?
My goodness, what are you doing here? Come, we won't hurt you. At least I won't anyway.
Well, you don't
That's
look
clearly a
like,
joke.
You don't look like the people that... Oh, okay. And they stand up, and you all see this figure at this point. Big bushily hair, ragged clothes. Familiar to one of you, actually. Aegis.
Oh,
You are
no.
looking at Lyle.
Oh,
Who-
you're the child who won the drinking contest.
Yeah, the child. I remember.
What? I remember
You
you.
summoned
Wait.
a mighty storm.
Well, that was my hero story, wasn't it? But well, I wasn't hero enough to do anything
has
about
happened
this.
Why are you here?
I've been looking for people. It's gonna sound crazy, but just bear with me, okay? So one day everything was fine. Everything was totally cool. Like me and some of my friends. There was Stevie, there was Ray, and there was Phibius, and we were trying to. That's not important. Anyway, there was like this strange storm that came in out of nowhere, and like mist filled the sky, and the ground was shaking, and we were like, "Oh no, it's happening again! It's happening again!" And then it all stopped, and as the mist went away, it was nighttime, but the moon was like that, and then there's been like monsters, and it's like when Catherman got invaded by those weird maggoty thingies. What did they call it? Something beginning with R.
The rot.
That's the rot. Yeah, it's like when the rot came, and it got really bad, and people had to find shelter, and it's not been very nice. We left Catherman, and I haven't been back since.
Where are your family?
He looks really solemn for a moment, like, I don't know. I've been trying to find them, but I don't know where anybody is. People were disappearing off the street. Like, the mist was coming in and just swooping them away somewhere, and...
Miss Fright, is that common with the shadow?
I'll say for all of you, it sounds like he's talking about the convergence. It sounds like what some of you witnessed firsthand as people being pulled away in the convergence, being taken by the mists.
Is it like on a much larger scale that like possibly would have conceivably heard of before?
Well, you, Mr. Tiny, would know that the event that occurred that separated the Wyld Ones was the mother of all convergence events. The fact that it spread to Demethrin confirms what you had all long suspected, is that the whole, not just the continent of Rhódania, but the continent of Demethrin as well, was pulled into the Shadowfell. The whole world. Its effects were clearly spread far and wide.
I'm going to take just some cloth out of my bag, seeing as I have clothes that I don't wear, and I'm going to press it against theirs and cast mending, just to sort of like try and repair some of the tatters in the child's clothing.
Oh, thank you, mister. That's really nice. I wish I could do that. That's really cool. But you're here now. And he's pointing at Aegis. It's one of the five. You're gonna save everyone, just like you did before, right? You see the big, hopeful eyes.
But for now, why don't we try and find others? Someone who can attack.
I can actually. We've got just down the ridge there. We found a cave, and we sort of put some things there, and there's a few of us, and yeah, we can go there. It's fine. It'll be safer than out here.
Lead the way.
Okay. My name is Lyle, by the way. It's nice to
meet you, Lyle.
Nice to meet you. And he bows, like a really deep bow, like almost head on feet bow.
That's some flexibility, my boy.
Well,
my goodness.
You have to be flexible to be a hero. And that actually gets a smirk out of Connell.
Cute.
Right, well, follow me. And he starts leading you off down this path.
So, Aegis, seems as though your reputation precedes you. Who are the other four? And probably most importantly, where are they?
I believe Ginkgo went home. And Astra, she traveled with me for a little while. The others, gone.
On.
At rest.
Of course.
Sacrifice to save this land.
What were their names?
Gamora and Adam. And I never caught the name Ginkgo's father, but he was a magnificent dragon.
Dragons are quite something. Well, I would
Especially when
say
they are not infected with rot.
yes. I agree. I've known one or two myself.
If I had a copper for every time a dragon was infected with rot, I'd have 2 coppers, which isn't a lot, but it's still strange that it happened twice.
Oh, someone finally put that quote into QuestJunkies. God damn it.
The victory dance that I'm doing off camera.
Well, my friend, rot or not, keep their names alive. Keep their stories told. Because, well, I imagine you wouldn't be here if it weren't for them.
It's very true. We all volunteered
Unless things...
to
Sorry.
take that spot.
Hmm.
But
I'll say
ultimately, their pleas were the strongest.
I'll say that for this short journey, if Aegis was moved to do so, would have time to speak about the events of the Demethrin 5, if they wish to, and give a full account.
He would. It would be quiet, but accurate. And he would note things like how playful and bold Gamora was, and her bond with the great elk-like creature, Mama. Except for he wouldn't use elk, he'd be like strange servan creature with massive antlers. Incredibly like scientific because he doesn't know the names of what surface creatures are called in general.
Mm-hmm.
How Gikato inspired him to travel and see more of this world. how fierce and brave Ginkgo and her father were. How curious and magical Astra was. And despite all of their differences, that they came together.
I think if I'm not mistaken, this would be the first opportunity that the rest of the group would have to fully learn about what happened. As Aegis tells you this tale of 5 individuals across 2 continents coming together, heading into dangerous territory to investigate the sudden appearance of this strange rot-like substance. Heading further north into the part of the continent that now lays on the floor of the ocean. Encountering the creatures of rot for the first time. Heading deep into the volcanic mountains, the twin peaks that used to reside in the north. Uncovering the secret of Demethrin. Not a continent, but a primordial titan that lay dormant. And through the rot, an attempt was made by a necromancer, who some of us know better as Frag's father, to reawaken this titan. Being accosted by shadow assassins in the depths of the caverns, till eventually finding the place where the ritual was to take place. Interrupting the ritual, Demethrin the Titan began to rise. Incomplete, but still a terrible force of power and corruption, which was sealed away at the cost of too many lives. And that was the tale of the Demethrin 5. What the Wyld Ones are to Rhódania in some circles, Aegis and his companions were all that and so much more to this continent. What remains of it. Because of them, not just Demethrin survived, but Rhódania too, as Rhódania would have surely been next. And just as Aegis is finishing this retelling, he's interrupted by Lyle, who says, "It's just round this corner now, it's just round this corner now. We just got to go past the spiky rock on the left, and the gravelly bit on the right, and then over here. One second. Cool. That's the secret password." And you hear in the distance, "Coo whip, coo whip, coo." "Yeah, it's safe to go. Follow me. And he scuttles off towards this cave.
Oh, God.
And as you follow and you enter the cave, you see makeshift tents. There is a small campfire and about a dozen people, equally in rags. Look like they've been through some pretty severe times. Some of them are bandaged up. You can see like dried bloodstains on some clothes, and yet everyone seems relatively positive and upbeat. And it's interesting because for some of you, I think, for the first time in this whole experience, you see firsthand that even in the bleakest of times, the bleakest of circumstances, even in a place like this, hope thrives in the shadows, far from that which would combat it. How does that make you feel as you see that, do you think?
Relieved.
Confused.
Of course it does.
Hopeful.
Torn.
You see Connell is like looking around and all of a sudden, no way. Have they got gravy rings? And he just bolts over to the campfire and starts chatting to someone at the campfire, and yes, they have gravy rings.
Why you would put such processed things in your body, I have no idea.
You just hear, "It's really good, you should try it."
No, thank you.
Oh, you're no fun.
Mr. Time is going to go back towards the entrance and designate an alarm spell. Just to, yeah.
See, like a couple of kids come over and like,
This is cool. What's he do? I don't know what he's doing, but it's kind of cool.
I just
designate them to not set it off. just
okay.
as a.
They just watch in amazement at seeing something cool. I don't think a lot happens around here at the moment, so it's probably the coolest thing they've seen all week.
I'm going to sort of look down towards them, and I have 2 blocks of incense in my inventory, and I'm just going to sort of hand them to the kids and just say, as long as you don't burn anything down, I think you can have some fun with these. Just shoot. And I sort of like...
They just sort of look at each other and go, and scuttle off.
You know, they're definitely going to light something on fire.
Well, at least it will smell nice.
You see an older gentleman approaches, human presenting, sort of looks to be in maybe their 60s, long shaggy white hair, very wrinkled, tired face. Welcome, you seek refuge from the shadow. We have food, we have water, we have not the softest of mattresses, but we can provide. I am Emihara. I am... they tell me I'm a leader of the people, but I am not one to lead. I merely seek to take care. Do you have any injuries? Do you need any immediate assistance with anything?
I was wondering more how we could help you.
Well, we're doing okay at the moment. Under the circumstances, we've not had to move location for almost a week now, so that's fairly good for us. You didn't happen to notice any activity on your way here, did you? Lyle wasn't drawing too much attention, was he, the young rapscallion?
He found us. Just arrived.
And he takes a moment and he looks at Aegis. Oh, good gracious. You are. Is it you? You are he.
I'm just a Rhódanian.
But one of the five, if not.
I may have survived that encounter.
You can see he sort of moves closer and goes, may I? And gestures for your hand.
He'll offer it.
And he just kneels down, he takes your hand and he just presses it against his forehead. Because of you and the sacrifice of your friends, my family lives. We owe you everything. Thank you.
That you live is enough. There is nothing that you owe.
He looks like he's struggling to find the words. And as he's saying this, like, other people are noticing now and sort of like whispering to each other and looking in amazement. Guys, you seem to be traveling with a celebrity of some sort here.
Mr. Timey's going to turn to Aegis and say, I think they think you're some kind of god.
Oh, dear. Well, are you?
No.
I think I would know a god when I see one.
Definitely not. Just a cleric.
That explains it.
More comfortable servant.
So, as everyone makes you all welcome in this space, they provide food, hydration, shelter, accommodation, as best as they can offer, which is very little. But they are eager to share. And as time will pass on, depending on what you wish to do, you will notice that they remain positive and encouraging and will often sit around this campfire and just regale stories. And the stories that you listen to, they're not even anything spectacular. It's everyday life stuff, but they seem to revel in the norm, the everyday norm. I suppose they miss the everyday norm, but are trying to keep it alive as the world is in chaos. And I don't wish to control your characters or take your agency away, but I would say that you would find it a little intoxicating. It's difficult to not feel that cheeriness in this place. And you can see Connell is living it up his best. He's got like a ring of the kids around him, and he's like, so this one time I was fighting this other Genasi, and they were really cool, and they had these really wicked abilities, and I was like, whoa, hey, and then they did this wah, and then it was wah, and it's like giving this really animated description of a battle, and the kids are watching in awe. And
could Aegis essentially help accent this with a bit of thaumaturgy to kind of like make the dramatic points more dramatic and, kind of change the lighting.
Are you doing the thing that C-3PO does in Return of the Jedi, where he regales the events of the previous two films with all the sound effects? Because that's...
I'm helping add the sound effects for Connell.
Amazing. Absolutely 100%. You have the attention of almost everyone in the cave doing this.
Mr. Timey's going to help by providing gusts of wind here and there, and every now and then, like, shaping a bit of water to sort of, like, theatrics.
Elsa, she's just watching because she wants to know more about the group.
I was about to inquire. What's going through Elsitch's mind right now?
I would say about how much she's missed on with this group that she's met. And potentially what's to come as well. There's still an uneasiness, obviously, because there's, after casting divination and the conversation she had, there is that uneasiness of this is a great moment, this is nice, but also what dark times are ahead of them. I feel like as well, whilst she's thinking this and watching all the kids playing and enjoying the stories, that the flowers on her, like around her head, are like blooming, like, and kind of retreating anxiously as she tries to cast Druidcraft within her hands to try and, like, maybe not an attempt of what was before, but to see, like, what the extent of her powers are in a place like this without any life, nature, so to speak.
Go ahead and make me a nature check.
Natural 20 for a 25.
Yeah. I mean, the dice.
I'm keeping the
always. No. Welcome back, Molly. Nat 20 emotes in the chat. God fucking damn. That's amazing.
I'm good at that too. Hey.
I think it almost catches you off guard how immediate the effect is as you begin to do it here. And whether it's being surrounded by all this hope and positivity, or if it's more of a case of your mind beginning to settle with these anxieties and concerns. It's heading in the right direction. And as you look down at your hand, what kind of flower do you think we see?
You see this. Starting to bloom in her hands.
Now next question is, do you think you're doing this subtly? Or are you doing this out in the open?
I would say out of habit more than anything else. I mean, I could roll for, I don't know, deception, stealth.
I think
I would say it's.
if you,
to be
if you
honest,
were-
I would say it's out of habit. Personally, you know, trying to keep her powers as flexible and malleable as possible. But
So if you're attempting to conceal, that would be sleight of hand.
fair, yeah. Okay. 12.
12. Okay. So for anyone who has a passive over 12, can notice that if they choose
She's
to.
smiling. He's like,
RT, your omnipotence is showing.
He just smiles over at her. Or at them. Sorry.
Silent.
Silent smile.
So I think at this point, Lyle will come over, do a big stretch, belly full of gravy rings, plunk down at the campfire with you all. So, what's the big plan to save the world? Because if you're with Aegis, then that's what you're going to do, right? You're going to save the world? I want to know everything. I want to know all the details.
We're certainly gonna try.
Well, I'm begging your pardon, miss, but apologies if this seems out of speaking out of term, but you are like well buff. Like you look like you could beat the crap out of a monster.
She can. I've seen it. It's very impressive.
What kind of monster? What did you beat up? Was it like a wolf? Did you beat up a wolf?
We don't want to give you any nightmares, do we?
I don't have nightmares. I have fantasies about monster slaying.
hey, not all wolves are monsters, thank you very much.
I didn't mean any offense. I just... wolves can be...
I've known a fair amount of wolves who are very kind.
Begging your pardon, ma'am. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause offense.
It's fine, you're young, but know for future, be careful how you speak. You might offend someone. Okay? And then just kind of ruffles his hair.
Yeah. Okay.
Won't bite this time.
He's going to make an insight check on that. With a 6, he's like, please don't bite me. I
It's fine,
taste
I'm
terrible.
vegetarian.
What's a vegetarian? Is that like a Rhodanian?
Also, like with a 28, what is the insight on I don't bite or I won't bite this time?
On a 28 insight, holy shit.
I rolled a 19. I got.
Oh my god.
I have a +9.
I suppose that's for my to answer.
Oh, it's just joking. And very much truth about the whole vegetarian thing. Doesn't like the taste of it. Which is ironic because, you know, she's a cat. But
So what monsters have you beaten up?
Creature made out of bones.
What, like a big skeleton?
Yeah.
What was it, like 6 feet tall? Like When you say big, how big?
Well, there have been a few skeletons, but
more than
they were
one?
regular sized. Yeah.
You guys are like the coolest.
The biggest one looked like a... Help me out. What's like a way to describe a bone devil in a way that's kind of like a Build-A-Bear? Something along those
Bone
lines.
Daddy.
Bone Daddy. 1 second. I would say maybe like a praying mantis, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be.
Something like that. Or like a fucked up fey scorpion. I don't know.
Yeah, something along those lines. She describes, though she adds an embellishment of taking out 2 of its ribs and playing a xylophone along its spine.
Oh my gods. Do you have like a team? Like, can I join? Like, what's your team called? Are you like the Rhódania 5 or something?
Rhódania rhombus.
What's a rhombus?
5 sides. Is it? I don't know. No.
Well,
my doesn't know shapes. I don't know my fruit.
Around Rhódania, known as the Wyld Ones.
The Wyld Ones. I like it. It rolls off a tongue. That's cool. Well, when the world's all better, I'm gonna get a new T-shirt and I'm gonna get a pen and I'm gonna write on it, "Long live Wyld Ones." So I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. She just holds out her hand for like a high five or something because she looks a little awkward around kids, but
goes to high five it.
He just looks equally as impressed as Lyle.
Wow, you're strong. Oh. I got some training to do.
Well,
You hear
if
it
you
muffled.
become as strong as you are at drinking, you will no doubt surpass us all.
Yeah, well, I gave up the drink because, well, we kind of run out of drink. But I suppose that's what happens at the end of the world. And he'll look over to the newest member of the group. So what's your superpower?
To me.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I could do quite a few things. I'm just looking at my character sheet.
What's a character sheet?
Well, how did you say that? Well, I can do a number of things, and well, I suppose this is one of them. And as she flicks her wrist, a flame occurs in her hand as I cast Produce Flame, and just kind of throws it at the closest fireplace, like fire pit, whatever, bonfire thing. Campfire. I don't know. Just goes.
You see two children look in amazement and slowly raise a brick of incense, and the old man and Mihara stood behind them just lowers their hands.
Ooh. Seeing that, she'll just ask, you know, try that again, and I'll catch it, and we can do a trick shot.
Sure. And she flicks
And she'll use deflect missiles to catch it, and then briefly hold the fire in her hand, maybe a second too long, and then she throws it in the fireplace.
Nice.
That's so cool. You guys are the coolest.
I know, right?
I'm getting tired. I should probably get some sleep. But tomorrow, if you don't have to go save the world straight away, maybe you could give me a lesson or two on something. I would like to throw fire. That sounds really fun.
Well, the first thing we need to teach you is how to be responsible before we can create fire, because fire kills people, but also cleanses them.
And it kills monsters.
Yes, I suppose. But first, we need to respect the fire, and that is what you will learn first. I'm about to say my Padawan learner. That's what you will learn first, my young friend.
Okay, big cat.
Okay. I think I'm going to go and lie down, maybe have a little nap. A bit tiring, all this excitement, and it tires you out controlling vines. Anywhere good to lie down in this establishment?
Yeah. Back here. We've made it. I'll show you. It's really cool. He leads you over, and they've made like a circle of little tents with like what is essentially sacks that have been stuffed full of like the softest blankets that they have to form like a makeshift mattress, and like they've attempted to give you the best of the equipment that they have, as bare as it is.
Are there any poles? Like strong poles or anything like that?
Sure, yeah.
Right, so I would like to take the sack and take the stuffing out and put it into another sack. With the empty sack, I would like to create a hammock.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely do that.
Cool. All right. Sorry, I don't quite like lying on the floor. I'd rather be in higher places. So I hope you don't mind. It's just so I've got an eye on the perimeter. Plus, who loves getting rocked to sleep? Certainly me.
I've never been rocked to sleep. I don't know what it's like.
Oh, darling, I'll build you a hammock.
Yay!
I will.
Would you mind if I slept underneath the hammock? I feel safer underground.
Of course, my love. You can have the extra stuffing if you like.
I'm good, thank you.
Just at being called my love, he is very blushy. Like,
can't help it when I do this voice. I bring on Jimothy for some reason.
Brassfangs has been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I wish.
What's the rest of you doing as everyone seems to be retiring to rest?
Sorry,
think,
trying not to die.
You first?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, Mr. Timey is going to find a space that his disguised self doesn't last an entire long rest, so he's going to try and find a secluded space where he might be able to avoid prying eyes, kind of cover himself in some attire to make it more, well, less obvious that he is not entirely normal. And he's just going to...
I'm normal.
Don't know what you mean.
Hey, he could have shown up as Macklemore.
There's time.
Timey.
Yeah. And he's just gonna stand in his sentry mode and just probably watch people talk because he can read lips. So until he goes to sleep, instead of counting sheep, he's just being nosy.
Frank?
She might try to, look out for Mr. Timey and distracts herself until it's safe to trance.
Okay. I think Connell ends up passed out mid-story, surrounded by children that were very excited to hear about all these stories, but also ended up falling asleep. So they're all sort of sat in front of the campfire. You can see he's got his arms out asleep like that, and there's a kid on either side, and his weapons at the side. One of the kids is hugging the hammer, which will be an interesting conversation in the morning. Yeah, one by one, at various points of the coming hours, you will find your way to sleep. Frike, did you take the necklace off, or did you keep it on?
It's a good question.
Oh no.
I think she's had it clutched in her hand the whole time. Very tightly enough so it's probably indented into her palm.
Mm-hmm.
No. No.
I think it takes you a while to get into the headspace to trance. It's all happening so soon. You feel like despite having the time to process everything, you now suddenly feel like you've had no time at all. This newcomer, this constant reminder of someone who's not here. The druidic spells, the fur features, the flowers. It's like ripping a band-aid off too soon. You've spent so long trying to push all this down and deal with it later, rather than process the pain, the loss, the feeling of failure. that necklace not being around your neck. You get a feeling at one point feeling like someone is watching you, a familiar feeling. But something's different. Because while you have now grown accustomed to the feeling of when he is observing you, you've never noticed him willfully stop before. Perhaps somewhere out there, wherever he may be, whatever part of him that remains that is not subservient to the god of death. Perhaps he is grieving also. And in that fraction of a moment where that connection between the two of you is made and he pulls away, his connection to you has not felt like that since you were tiny, since you were a child. And your mind goes back to when you kept asking yourself, can he be redeemed? Can he be saved? Is he truly lost? And you were so sure. You were so sure. Now? Maybe not. Maybe not sure at all. Because that's the most human feeling you felt from him, ever. And you may dwell on that as your trance takes hold. Where?
Could I?
Oh, please.
Sorry, just a sentence before she fades. It's, there's that flicker of hesitation, but the sentence before she fades into trance is just, it must be nice to turn your back after hearing them talk about the things you've done, to be able to turn away and not face up to the consequences of your actions, is the thought that passes through her mind.
Okay. Good to know. Aegis, after everything you've experienced this day, where does your mind take you as you prepare to rest?
I think he's feeling quite hopeful. Just kind of watching this essentially peaceful little community here that hasn't given up despite everything they've been through.
And I think as you do drift into your rest state, it could be your imagination, your conscience, or a message from the beyond. But you hear in the back of your mind a familiar voice that you've not heard in some time. Hey, you see, Aegis? It was worth it after all, wasn't it?
Oh.
That familiar, dulcet tone of Kakato.
I think he just kind of curls up a little tighter with his cloak. And there's just this warm smile on his face.
And finally, last but certainly not least, by any measure at all, Elisich. Where do we find you physically, mentally, however wish you care to describe, as you prepare to take your rest?
I feel as though Elisich wouldn't quite ready to go to bed until she's had some sort of commune or meditation. So hoping that she doesn't disturb her bunkmate, she goes off to a little quiet spot, so she has a little bit of solitude in a way. I'm gonna quickly roll for this. In fact, Patch, could you roll me a d20, please?
Why, certainly.
Don't worry, it doesn't matter about like how high or low it is.
It's a natural 20. Whatever it is.
Okay.
Take a picture.
Okay. In that case, she's found her quiet space, not too far from the group, from the settlement, but far enough that she has like a little bit of quiet so she can kind of sit with her thoughts, reflect the day she's had, reflect the time she's had before coming here. She reaches for something in her bag. Casts create bonfire and produce flame. And throws a book into the bonfire. With the flick of her wrist, a purple flame casts onto the bonfire. I can't be you anymore. And then just sits there, staring at the bonfire, waiting for morning to come.
It takes agonizingly long to burn, does this book. But it does in time. And you wait. You wait for the last remnants turn to ash. needing confirmation that this is your intention. And as our view pulls away from your solemn expression, pulls up closer to the bonfire, we see one of the last pages. Something about mist in the morning. For it's taken by the fire. And that's where we're going to finish for this week. Happy 2-year anniversary, guys.
Happy 2 years.
Love you guys. I think we should do this at least 2 more years. Well, I think it's fair to say, we've missed you. And what a way to
missed
come
you guys
back.
too.
Yes.
If your Lady Macbeth was half as good as that, then you were fucking betrayed at the Oscars. Or whatever the theatre equivalent of the Oscars is.
Just the North Essex Theatre Guild Awards.
Well, fuck them. They just yeah. No. We are thrilled to have you with us once more.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me back.
Anytime. And thank you for everyone who's tuned in tonight. Thank you for spending our 2-year anniversary with us. This campaign was, I've made no secret about it in the past. This campaign was me having one last chance at doing Quest Junkies. And, we've done so much in the last 2 years, and wouldn't have happened if, at least 2 of you dickheads had said no way back when. Here we are. So I'm
Can't
always
get rid
going
of
to
us,
be.
sorry.
I don't want to. Don't worry. I'm eternally grateful. I'll just have to repay you by continuing this campaign and bringing more terror and chaos and all of the above. So, my dear friends, let's go around the table. Please reintroduce yourself. Plug anything you have to plug, and give us your favorite moment of the session. Starting with Aegis.
Hi, I'm Aelin. I've been Aegis, the biblically accurate twink. You can find me here on Mondays or Wednesdays for the Wyld Chronicles, and also every other Fridays on QuestJunkiesUK for Jacinta's Tyranny. And my favorite moment was just all of it. All of it. My heart is so full to have my back at the table, to get to to have Aegis talking about the Methrin 5, him just feeling so much this session. Just all in all, great session. Very happy to be here. Happy anniversary, Wyld Ones. Thank you for having me at your table.
You are most welcome, my dear friend. Thank you for being part of it. Mr. Timey.
Hi, I'm Artie the Halfling. I have been Mr. Timey, the Order Cleric with a Clockwork Soul. You can find me in the background of my partner Foxspotter's streams every now and then, causing chaos, the usual. Favorite moment? Oh, I have to admit, everyone's reaction to Lyle was quite was quite
Love
poignant.
Lyle so much.
I was hoping for it.
I forgot the name, but as soon as you said drinking contest kid, I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I enjoyed that little throwback because I only watched Methrin 5 maybe 2-3 months ago. So I'm glad that I have watched it now because you get some extra from watching Rhódania.
You do indeed, yeah. If you haven't seen it already, go ahead and head over to our YouTube channel and check out the Methrin 5. It's only 6 episodes, but you'll get a lot of insight into things going on right now. And you get to see the inception of Aegis and so many things. It has everything. Thank you so much. Frederik.
Hi guys, I'm Bridget. I've been Frank, the Sorcelok Shattercock. I gotta go with my favorite moment. It's so good to be back in this campaign that has changed my life for the better. Player and character. I'm getting a little choked up here, but yeah. Just so good to be back. All the new revelations that I'm sure will keep me theory crafting all throughout the week. I have several already, and what a feeling. Yeah, when I'm not here every Monday night for Rhódania, you can find me every other Sunday night on this channel for Descent into Avernus, and every other Friday over on QuestJunkiesUK for Candlekeep Mysteries, and when I'm not on stream, you can find me behind the scenes, recapping, lore-keeping, fanfic, and all that good stuff, and that's me.
Thank you so much. And last, but certainly not least by any measure at all, I have to get used to saying this now. Elisich.
Hello, I'm Mai, aka Mart the Pirate. You can find me here every Monday now, playing Elisich, the Phileas Druid, formerly known as Rhódania. I'm just gonna say it if you didn't get the clues now. You can also find me every other Saturday over on QuestJunkiesUK as Soleil, my servant, Twilight Domain cleric. Emotionally damaged, very emotionally damaged she is. Not sure what's happening with Wildmount, but we'll see. I also am on social media as Myrat the Pirate or Myrat Pirate. In fact, I posted today a follow-up video on a video that I did last week over on my YouTube about the game The Garden Path, and I've done a tips and tricks video, so please go and check that out. That would be fab. My favorite moment was... I mean, I could say the entire campaign. Well, yes, the entire campaign. The entire session. But a mix of things. So, bag of nerves here. My entrance. You know, we've been talking about this for the last few months about what we were going to do, how we were going to do this, before I'd even left on the break. Also, I was really excited but also nervous about what Elisich's relationship or like first initial reaction would be with Aegis, being all about life and death, which I thought was a really lovely moment. And just being at this table again. Like Bridget said, like this campaign has changed my life, both for as being a player, it's made me a better player. It's also really helped me like as a person. Going from a campaign where I liked the players, but it wasn't exactly a nice situation, but also now coming to a situation where it's a lot more rewarding. So it's great to be back, bitches.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, Elisich is here to stay.
Thank you so much. And I am Patch, the ever-humble Dungeon Master. I played everybody else, most notably Lyle, the return of the triumphant halfling alcoholic child who told his hero story in the opening session of the Methrin 5. best episode, best moment of that miniseries. Like, you know, I'm biased, but you know. But yes, you can find me here all the time on Quest Junkies, my little home in the TTRPG world. We stream every Monday, every Wednesday, and alternate Sundays. We have lots of exciting content coming up very, very soon. The return of Stradalicious has been in discussion as of late. So, fun fact, yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of Stradalicious. And yesterday, behind the scenes, we had Bree at the table for a session 0 of sorts to prepare for Bree's return. So it's all happening here at QJ, and we can't wait to share all this wonderful stuff with you. I'm probably forgetting a million stuff, but you know, heart's very full this session, as everyone has said. I also play over on QuestJunkiesUK alongside Aelin for Jacinta's Tyranny. I am currently also playing over on Winter's Tales in the Castleton Project, which is currently on mid-season break, but I survived so far, so that's great. I figured I'd be dead first. So that's cool. Do check that out. It's an amazing project. 150 plus content creators in D&D. Like, that's crazy. But we make it work, and it's so cool. And stay tuned for lots of exciting announcements and one-shots, guest stars. But, you know, I don't want to tease that too much. Spoilers and all that. And, yeah, my favorite moment. The whole session, but I do want to try and pick one specific moment. I think I'm gonna say my favorite moment was the little thing that I dropped in deliberately and without any guidance whatsoever got the perfect reaction for anyone that caught it, was when the kid called them Big Cat. And my immediate, it looked like she'd been shot.
Yeah,
I was like,
which is why she was like, I'm going for a lie down now.
It was that was my favorite moment, because, you know, like, this is how you know that this is the perfect comfy table, because I can do something like that and know that you will get it and you will react perfectly. I have no worries with you guys. This is the best. This is the best table. So thanks for being part of it. And with all that being said, that's it for tonight. We are going to go off and raid our wonderful friends over at Bards of New York are streaming, so we're going to go show some love to them. We will next see you on Wednesday for the Wildmount Chronicles, as Aylin's other character is in a bit of a pickle at the moment. Just under 7 hours to live, I think it was.
Yeah, about to be pickled.
So make sure you tune in for that one, because that could go so many different ways.
Dear.
Until then, all the love to you at home, all the love to my wonderful table. Happy 2-year anniversary, Wyld Ones. And I guess if there's anything else left to say, keep can't even say my own new
Shit
catchphrase. Shit cunt. Keep questing, QJs. Good night.
I'm gonna go cry now.
Yeah.
Me too.